Today we're going to explore oil pastels. Oil pastel is an art material that's made with a pigment, which is the color like blue or red or green, mixed with oil, mixed with a binder, which is like a glue that holds it together. The oil gives it its wonderful mushy quality. The oil is what makes it so different from a crayon. A crayon is made with wax and pigment. Working with a crayon is very different from working with an oil pastel. That's because the oil in the oil pastel is gooky and soft, and the wax in the crayon is hard. I'm going to draw a spiral with a blue crayon, which has hard wax as its base. And now I'm going to draw a spiral with oil pastel, which has oil, which makes it oily and kind of gooey. When I rub the crayon, it wouldn't smear, but watch what happens when I rub the oil pastel. Can you see what's happening? It smears. Now I'm going to add another color of oil pastel, yellow. What do you think will happen when I mix a little bit of blue into that? Let's see. Here I go smearing it. It made green, just like when I mix paints. I'm going to make another blob of yellow. Let's see what happens if I mix red into it. It's becoming orange. I'm going to add more lines and smear them and see what it looks like. I want to add yellow to my blue spiral and see what that looks like. What will happen if I mix in white? I see it's picking up a tiny bit of the blue, so it makes it light blue. Adding white makes all the colors lighter. Now I'm using purple. I think I'll use the side of the oil pastel rather than the tip. It gives me such a different effect. Now I'm using the tip of the purple. It's so much darker, it almost looks like a different color. And I made concentric circles. Concentric circles are when one circle goes inside another and inside another. Here I'm adding orange to the purple just to see what it will look like. I think I'll smear that too. I'm going to make some blue dots. I'm remembering all the different kinds of lines I made, and I'm seeing what they look like in pastel. Oil pastel. I said that I was smearing the oil pastels, but the other word for that is blending. Especially when you're mixing two colors together, you're blending them together. I'm seeing what it looks like if I add white and a star shape, which I'm going to blend in all different directions. Here I'm using the side of the orange and making a bubbly texture which I can blend. Here you can see I'm experimenting with a few different techniques. And trying different types of lines, like there's my dash line. Here's a zigzag line, and I made them over and over to make a texture. I did some green and some blue, and now I'm smearing it. Isn't that kind of a cool look? And now I'm doing a little overdrawing. There's a fun technique where you can use one color, but you can make it go from darker to lighter. That's called changing the value. Value is how light or dark a color is. Experiment with adding white to lighten colors too. Uh-oh, my white is dirty. Good thing I know how to clean it. I'm going to take an extra piece of paper and just rub off the dirty parts on the other paper. Then it will be clean again. Now it's your turn to experiment with oil pastels. Here's some work done by previous classes. You can see that they all look different. On some of them, the artists even developed their own techniques, like scratching into the oil pastel. Have a lot of fun, and don't forget to upload it to your Google Classroom file.